Hi Madhu, am I audible?
Hi, hi. Hello.
Yeah, hi Madhu. Salik this side. Okay.
Hi, sir.
Yeah. So Tanvir sir told me to. So today you have demo session, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So I will. Let me just a second. I will make you host. Okay, and the session is getting recorded on the cloud. Okay. So
Sure.
I will share the link in the group, and then you can start. Okay.
Sure. No issues.
So you are host now, and I will leave the class, and then you can start. I will share the
It's recording, right?
what?
It's recording now?
Yeah, it's recording. Okay. You can
Okay.
see, can you see there from
Yeah,
your
yeah,
side?
yeah. Right.
Okay, fine then. Okay, I will paste the inviting link in the group and you can just start. Okay,
Sure.
I'm leaving now. Okay, yeah,
Sure.
thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hello. Am I audible? Can someone confirm, please?
This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Hello, am I audible? Just let me know, please. Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hi, Hi,
Hi.
Madhu. Good evening.
I'm audible. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Just 2 more minutes. 7:15 will start, right? We'll just wait for a few more minutes. 7:15 will start, correct? Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Thank you. So let's start. Are we good to go?
Yes, mother.
Right. I'll just share my screen. Do let me know whenever the screen is visible, please. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Right. So, first of all, can we start?
Yes, we can.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So we are here. Let's start with the Power BI for the business intelligence. We'll be learning Power BI. And welcome to this demo session. Right. First thing first. My profile. My name is Madhur Jain. I'm having 16 plus years of industry experience and having 5+ years of experience in the data analysis. And since last 2 years, more than 2 years, I've been teaching and mentoring students, working professionals, and I'm a Microsoft certified trainer and a Microsoft certified data analyst as well. So that's a brief profile, my profile. Before starting a few things, I'll just how we're going ahead. I'll prefer if we can make this interaction interactive, right? So that we can get the maximum output from each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So before starting, I just need to know how much experience do we have in business intelligence tool, using business intelligence tool? Anyone here? I just wanted to gauge what my
No.
audience is. Yeah,
I
please.
don't have any experience, mother. So this is the first time I'm learning
This is the first
everything
one.
about Power BI or anything
Okay.
business intelligence also.
And you're working, ma'am?
Yes, I'm working, mother.
Okay, right, ma'am. Thank you. From Shashank, okay.
Yeah, I have 3 years of experience with Excel and VBA, and currently I'm transitioning to data analysis by learning Power BI and SQL.
Okay, right. Thank
Yeah.
you. And Sufed, if I spell that. Sufed. Okay, I guess we'll then go ahead. So first of all, Power BI. Power BI is a business intelligence tool, correct? So why do we want Power? Well, what is business intelligence? So in a nutshell, these two pictures gives us the detail what is business intelligence. We have the raw data being generated every single second. We have the bytes, gigabytes of data, terabytes of data, petabytes of data is being generated every second. And once the data is generated, you need some insight from that. You need some insight from that. Otherwise, what happens is we have the data and without any processing and analyzing of the data, you cannot do, you cannot just do anything without that, correct? So for processing the data, we require a business intelligence tool which help us in analyzing the data and provides us a better insights to that data, so that the stakeholders, the business owners, can make a proper business decision. So we have raw data coming from everywhere. We have it might be coming from databases, any databases, Excel file, CSV file, or anything. The data might be coming from anywhere, and you need those data you need to analyze, you need to convert those data into insights. That's where our business intelligence tools comes into picture. There are many business intelligence tools available in the market. We have Power BI, Tableau, Qlik, Looker. These are some market leaders, but
Tableau is Salesforce. It's Salesforce.
yeah, Tableau is Salesforce, correct. Yeah, correct.
Mhm.
So that there are many tools available in the market, business intelligence tool, but Microsoft has been leading the race. This is the report, actually. That's not what I am saying. This is the Gartner report. This is as of June 2024, which says Microsoft is clearly leading the race for the business intelligence tool. And why? Why is it so? The reason being, its enhanced capabilities for data analysis and the visualization. And also, you might be aware that Microsoft ecosystem is widely adopted. So the Microsoft tool, another one of the Microsoft tools, it integrates much better. Is my voice clear?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Do let me know if it's breaking. Actually, there's some notification popping up. So the wider adoption of the Microsoft ecosystem helps in gaining the traction in the business market. And Power BI is not a single tool. It's not a single tool. It is a combination. It is an integration of various components. It has a Power BI desktop. It has a Power Query for ETL, Power BI service for collaboration. We have a Power BI mobile app where we can see your dashboards or your reports on the go. And we have some gateways and servers to connect with your on-premises machines and servers. So this was business intelligence. Business intelligence is something where we derive some insights, business insights from the data. We'll be learning Power BI, but we'll be learning Power BI not as a tool, but it will be learning Power BI as a tool for business intelligence, as a tool for data analysis. Correct? Right. Now, we talked about the data analysis, right? What we do. So what is data analysis? Data analysis is analyzing whatever the data we have and figuring out what information, figuring out the insights that the business owners or the stakeholders can take from that. Correct? So basically, on a broader sense, we have 4 major types of data analysis. We have a descriptive analysis, descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. So what is descriptive is, descriptive analysis tells us what has happened in the past, what has happened. Diagnostic tells us why it has happened. Predictive, what will happen, and prescriptive is what we need to do to achieve our target or goal. So Power BI, we restrict ourselves to in Power BI, we restrict ourselves to descriptive and diagnostic. Predictive and prescriptive, we have to go for the machine learning and for advanced statistical algorithms. So in Power BI, we are limited only to the descriptive and diagnostic analysis. Is it correct? We have the historical data. We need to analyze those historical data and get the insights, what has happened and why it has happened. Based on that, the business owners, the stakeholders, whoever the concerned business persons, they will be able to derive and take future decisions for improving what needs to be done. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Right, thank you. So Power BI. So Power BI is a part of a Microsoft Power Platform ecosystem. We have a Microsoft Power Platform ecosystem. We have Power Apps there. We have Power Automate. We have Power Pages. We have Copilot there, and now we have Power BI. All these apps, these are the Microsoft Power Platform ecosystem, and Power BI is the visualization tool there. So we come to why Power BI. Power BI, I'm guessing everyone has worked with the Excel, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And we know the nuances of the Excel once we increase the file size. Excel just doesn't work when the data size is increased. So Power BI, where it excels in against Excel is it can connect, transform to the millions of rows of the data. We can build the relational models between two tables, between various data sources rather. Even we can calculate, we can create complex calculations using DAX. DAX is basically the formula language of that.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, sorry for that. And obviously, it brings with the interactive reports and dashboards what the Power BI is, the data visualization tool. It brings with those interactive reports and dashboards, it just adds the business value for the business stakeholders, business owners, for getting the insights from the data, right? So Excel and Power BI, they both are built on the same analytic engine. They are both built on a same analytic engine. And once when we see the visualization Power BI desktop, you'll get the feel it's very much similar to the Excel. Now, first thing first, we talked about the Power BI components, correct? We have the Power BI desktop, we have Power BI service, right? We have Power Query, Power BI mobile app, gateways, and report servers, correct? Power BI desktop is the so PC software where we can build the reports, where we will be doing the analysis. We will be doing that on the Power BI desktop. Power Query is the inbuilt ETL tool. Power Query is the inbuilt ETL tool. ETL is extraction, transformation, loading, data cleaning or data manipulation tool inbuilt in the Power BI desktop. It is also there in the Excel if you have been working with the Excel. Power BI service is the on cloud service where when we publish our report on the cloud, when we want to share and collaborate with our colleagues within our organization, this is where we use Power BI service. Power BI mobile app, it's a mobile app where you can on the go look at the reports or whatever the dashboards you have you want to share with your colleagues, right? So installing Power BI desktop, it's pretty easy. Either you can do that from the Microsoft Store, or you can do manually from the web, or you can download as a part of Office 365 Enterprise Edition. But what is recommended is downloading it from the Microsoft Store rather than from the Power BI Microsoft website, because it enables the automatic updates, periodic updates, monthly updates are being released by Microsoft. if it is stored from Microsoft Store, the updates are, just excuse me, just a second, please. Sorry, yeah. When we download from the Microsoft Store, the updates are automatically done, and we need not have to worry or manually keep on updating the app. Correct? So far, so good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. Now, once if you want to visualize the data, whatever in Power BI is a data visualization tool, correct? It's been whenever, if you ask anyone, this is the one-liner you will get. But for me, what I say, if anyone asks me what is Power BI is a data visualization tool for the analyzed data. The raw data, if you're just creating visualizations for the raw data only, it will not give the accurate business picture. It will not give accurate insights. It will not serve the proper business purpose. Correct? So what is the workflow in the Power BI? What is the workflow in the Power BI? Anyone? I have that on my screen. But so what, can anyone just come in here?
I can.
Yeah, please.
So I see as in the PowerPoint, it is extracting data, understanding data, and manipulating data that performed inside the Power BI Q
Power Query. Yeah.
Power Query editor. Like extract data means you are extracting from like some sources, like from the SQL, like how we are extracting the data.
Right. I'll just come. Okay. Thanks for that. Thank you. Okay. We are playing with the data here, correct? We are playing with the data. We have a data. We need to visualize the data. We create some visualizations. Between these two processes, there are certain processes. You need to have data. You need to have the data, correct? You have to need the data, and from the data we have various sources from where we can get the data. We can get the data either it can be in your SQL server, it can be in your Oracle server, it can be in your Excel files, CSV flat files. It can be from anywhere. Data can come from any database, and Power BI has almost 500 plus of connectors to connect with the different databases, correct? So once we have the data, we need to understand the data. What is the data all about, correct? That's the next logical step. You have the data. Before going anything further, you need to understand the data, what the data is, what you want to do on the data, what the business owners want to do with that data, what are the requirements they want, correct? That is where understanding your data comes into picture. Which table has which data, from which source? Okay, the data I have say I have 10 tables, correct? I have 10 tables where my various different data are stored. We have our data, but which table has which data? That is understanding the data, what the data is all about, correct? And then manipulating or cleaning the data. Come on. We will never be getting clean data in our to analyze. We'll never be getting the clean data. We have to clean the data. We have to perform certain manipulations. We have to perform certain transformation on the data. There might be duplicates data. There might be some missing data might be there. All these things will be there where we have to clean that data, right? Then we are playing with the multiple tables, correct? If we are playing with the multiple data sources, we are playing with the multiple tables, then we have to model that data. We have to create the relationships between tables to extract for the tables to communicate with each other, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And once that is done, now we need to analyze our data. We need to analyze our data. Analyze our data is what insights do we want? What our total sales is? How good are we doing comparative to the last year? There can be any number of insights what we can get from that. Once we model the data, once we have to analyze the data, and once we analyze the data, then we go for visualizing the data. We go for visualizations. We go for various graphs and charts what we see through Power BI. And then once that is done, once all our visualizations are complete, once all our insights are being made, we need to publish it, share it, and collaborate it, right? So first 3 steps: extracting the data, understanding the data, and manipulating or cleaning the data, ETL process. It is being done in the Power Query editor. It is being done inside the Power Query editor. Modeling of the data, analyzing and creating visualizations. These operations we do inside the Power BI desktop. And publish, sharing, and collaboration. We publish from desktop, and collaboration is being done in Power BI service. Correct. So we'll just, whatever we have just discussed, we'll just see an overview. This is a Power BI report. It's a report what I have created. This is a Power BI report.
We are not able to see the report.
Oh, is my screen?
I see only Power BI workflow.
Just a second. Just a second. Okay, sorry. Is it visible, my screen?
No, it's visible.
Yeah, okay.
No, now again it went.
It's Power BI workflow, right?
Yes, Power BI workflow is.
Okay, right. Now, is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry for that. So this is what we will be building. This is how the report looks like. It's a e-commerce data. It's a sample e-commerce data set was there, and we have created an insight from that. Correct. Power BI is a totally interactive dashboard. It creates an interactive dashboard where we can analyze the data, how the sales are increasing every year, which company is doing much better, what is contributing, which marketplace is contributing to the sales, and everything. That's the different part. When we go in the detail, we will have a look. But this is how the Power BI report looks like. And we can get the data, what we are telling. We can extract the data from, there are almost 500 connectors we have. We can get the data from an Excel workbook, text file, XML, PDF, JSON, Parquet format. You name the connector, you name the database, and you will be having here SQL Server database, Oracle database, IBM database, MySQL, SAP HANA, Amazon Redshift. Right. You can get from Azure SQL database. Can get the data from SharePoint. You can get the data from Adobe Analytics, Google Analytics. So there are almost 500 different connectors where you can get the data from. And any transformation, if you from the Power BI home page, if you go to the transform data, it opens up a separate window. It opens up a separate. Sorry for that. It opens a separate window, which is a Power Query editor. All the data modification and everything, whatever we do, we will be doing all the will be done here. All the ETL processes, extraction, transforming of the data and ETL will be done here. This is what the Power Query editor looks like. It almost looks like, just give me a second, actually. Just give me a second. I'll just open up a separate window so that we can have a, just give me a second. Actually, that is it visible now? Actually, the data source was missing there. Sorry for that. This is how the Power Query editor looks like. This is how the Power Query editor looks like. Here you can transform the data. You can add column if you want. You can do any sort of modification. Here you can remove the columns what you want. You can remove the rows. You can remove duplicates. You can remove errors. You can remove blank rows. You can do n number of modifications, whatever you want to do with this. You can merge two tables here. You can append two tables. We'll be having a detailed look in on this. Once we go through our sessions, we'll having a detailed look and even a detailed practical for this. You can format the columns if you want. You can convert that into lowercase, uppercase.
Can
If
we
you
have some live project or something? It will be good for us so that we learn in a better way.
Actually, it's a demo session. Actually, it's a demo session, so I didn't include
Oh,
that.
no. Yeah.
But going through, just can I complete? Sorry. Going through this, going through further in the course, we'll be working more on the practicals and less on the on the theoretical part. We'll be practicing on the go. We'll be practicing on a data set. We'll be learning on a data set, and we'll be practicing on some other data sets. Correct? We'll be doing this. All these things will be done live.
Then it will be easy for us then,
No, exactly. I can understand, because it's a tool. Basically, Power BI or any business intelligence tool, it's basically a tool. Actually, you need to practice it. I understand that completely, but this being a demo session, I didn't included that. Once we are from next week onwards, we'll be working on that only. No more of less of a theory and more of the practical. That's what we will be working on.
Thank you.
I just wanted to give a brief overview what Power BI looks like, what the UI of the Power BI is, what a UI for the Power Query is. That's why we are just going through this in this demo session. Right. So Power BI, as far as the building blocks of Power BI are concerned, the building blocks are, we have with data sets, data models, visualizations, reports, tiles, and dashboards. So itna sab, what are all these things? Data set is something, the data what you are extracting from the database, correct? What we will be analyzing. Data model is what? Data model is something, it looks like we have multiple tables from where the data is coming, correct? Now we have a we have a product table, we have a date table, we have a ad campaign, but just an example. Is it visible? We have an ad campaign data, ad campaign details and details, sales detail from the various platforms, correct? So once that the data is in multiple tables, correct? So you need to extract some information from, say, you want which category is doing better, right? In all this, you need some relationship. You need some relationships. You need some relationships between the table and those tables, and creating those relationship is what the data model is. What we have done here is we have created a data model. Until and unless there is a good data model, all our analysis is of no use. We need a good data model for a better analysis. So data model, this is the data model. Visualizations are all these visualizations what we are created, these, right? Reports, tiles, and dashboards. Now, report and dashboard. What are reports and dashboard? There is always a misconception in the market here. Report is something what we build on a Power BI desktop. What we have built here is a report. What we create on a Power BI desktop is a report, and once it is published, once we publish this report on the web Power BI server, once we publish this report on the Power BI server, we have a dashboard there. We create a dashboard from the Power BI services. Reports can have multiple pages. Reports can have multiple pages. Dashboard is always a single pager. Dashboard is always a single pager, and it is created from the selected visuals. Say you have 10 visuals here, right? And you want to present to the CEO of the company, right? You won't be presenting everything. Only the selected visuals you want to present to the CEO, correct? So that is where the dashboard comes into picture. That is the dashboard. Says from all this page, I would just want this particular visual and these two cards, correct? So I'll pin those cards to my dashboard, so only these three visualizations will be visible. And each visual is known as a tile. Each visual is known as a tile. This is a single tile. This is a single tile. These all are visualizations, and what we have created in a Power BI desktop is a report, right?
So what is desktop and the dashboard? I'm not understanding. Like you told in the dashboard, you can create a report. Each one is a tile. That one I understood. So
okay, Power BI desktop. The piece desktop. Power BI desktop is a software, is an app. What we have, Power BI app for the PC, where we will be building our visualizations, where we will be doing our analysis. That is Power BI desktop, correct? Once we create the report, once we are done with our analysis and all the visualizations what we want to create, right? We publish it on the web. We publish it because it's not like our Excel file. What if we need to share it with someone, we'll share the file. But in an organization, in a bigger organization where there is a data privacy is of utmost importance, data security is of utmost importance. What is being done is we publish this data, we publish this report, what we have created. This report is published online on the Power BI service, right? Power BI service is an online service. Where all your colleagues and everyone can collaborate on the report, right? all the concerned people, only the concerned people will be having the right to view, either to edit that data if they want to, or if they want to add any new data to it, or if you only want to share the report with them. Correct? That is
Yes.
the power. That is what the Power BI service is. Once we go on the Power BI service, correct? Now, this particular report, what we have this particular page. We also have this page, right? Of these, say 10, 20 visuals, what we have on this page, 10, 20 visuals, you want to show a dashboard. You want to create a dashboard, a live dashboard, interactive dashboard for your CEO or the head of the company, correct? So he won't be requiring, he won't be requiring all the details in this. He doesn't have any time to go all these numbers, right? So whatever the important visuals are, in consultation with your project manager, business analytics, analysis, or whoever the concerned people are, in consultant with those, whatever important visuals are, you want to pin those. You can pin these individual tiles to a dashboard. Dashboard is a blank canvas only. Dashboard is a blank canvas where you pin only the selected visuals from your report. Is it making sense? Rukmani, I
Yes.
guess it was, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what the dashboard is. This is a report. Once we publish and we pin this specific visuals, that becomes dashboard, right? Now, Power BI, just let me collapse this. Come on, sorry. Okay. Power BI on the left-hand side, this is the report view. This is the report view where we have our all the visualization. This is a canvas where we draw or we create our charts or visualizations, right? Then we have a table view. Table view is something where we have we have our data. Table view is something where we can view our data. Model view is something where we create our relationships. In this here, we only have one table. If we would have more than one table, data model would have shown here. Right? This is a brief how the Power BI UI looks like. Power Query, this is the Power Query. On the left-hand side, we will be having all our queries, all our tables, whatever the tables we have, we will be having all the tables here. It's just an overview. From the next session, we will be having a detailed discussion on all these things. On the right side, we have the applied steps. Whatever the steps you have applied, whatever the first you have to get the data, you have to extract the data from the source. These are the tables available. Then you navigate to a particular table, and then you change the data type, whatever the data type you want for individual columns. If you want to add any column, we have that. We transform. We can do all the modifications here. So this is what the Power BI UI in short looks like. This for today, this was a brief demo from my end. If you want, if any queries or anything you want me to explain in detail, or go ahead, you can just tell me. As far as as far as the course content is there, I think you must have received this, everyone. We'll be starting from the very scratch. We'll be starting from the very basic, and we'll be going to the advanced. We'll be in detail. In detailed Power Query, what we do in Power Query, how we get the data, how we clean the data, what are the various data manipulation techniques where we can apply in the Power Query, right? How can we merge and append two tables? How can we create columns, add columns to that. We'll be going in detail what the data modeling is, why we need to model the data, why need we need to create the relationships, what are the relationships, how to activate and deactivate relationships. Then we'll have a look at all the visualizations and native visualizations available in the Power BI. All the visuals, bar charts, pie charts, donut charts, metrics, tables, field bookmarks, drill down, drill through, everything will be looking in detail. Here we will be, at this stage, we will be doing a mini project. We will be doing a mini project here, correct? First one. Then we go and in-depth detail of the data analysis expression. Data analysis expression is the brain of the Power BI. Data analysis expression is the brain of the Power BI. We will be working on this particular part more, in much more detail. What is the row context, filter context, what are calculated columns, what are measures, how we work with the functions, various aggregation functions, conditional logics functions, what is the calculate functions. We will be doing time intelligence detailed. This is the most important one for me, time intelligence functions. Because if you're analyzing, you need to play with the dates. So that's where our time intelligence functions comes into picture. And then we'll have a discussion of where we'll be looking at the Power BI services. And after that completion, we'll have we'll be looking at few scenarios, few conceptual scenarios, important scenarios, what are being asked in the Power BI interviews and everything. And then we will have an end-to-end BI project. That's how the roadmap is. Now over to you. Anything if you want to get clarified, please. I'm all ears now. Anyone? So I guess, can I take it as a no questions? I'm audible. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess if there are no questions, we'll stop here, right? And from the next session, we will be conducting, it will be a two-hour session, 7 to 9, with a break of 10 minutes in between, 10 to 15 minutes break in between. Correct? And we'll be starting our Power BI journey, right? If that's it, no more questions. If it is, then I'll be signing off. Thank you. Thanks for that. Thank you, everyone.
Madhur, like,
Yeah.
can you send us the link for next week? Like how it goes? Like you have something, right, where you have recorded sessions, where you have the class, like.
Yeah. Those classes will be regularly shared with you after each and every class. The recordings will be shared. Assignments will be shared each and after every class. That will be shared with you. Either it will be through a Google Drive. Through Google Drive, it will be shared with you, all the recordings. And those links and every week we will be sending, before the start of the session, we will be sending you the link, right? And once you are enrolled, then I think the Google Drive link will be shared with you.
Okay.
Did I answer what you?
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah. Okay. Right then. So no more questions. Thanks for joining in, and we'll be meeting next week, right? Thank you. 7 to 9 next week. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.